To start the assembly for the bead breaker, go up to File and New, double click on Assembly. If you don't have any parts open, click on Browse, and you have to navigate to wherever you save the part files for the bead breaker, which should be on your desktop and under O3 bead breaker part files. Open that up. I like to see my icons large, so I'm going to go to the options here and click on large icons just so I can see. The first one you want to bring in is the first one on the parts list, the tube. Double click on tube and click to place it on your screen. Alright, now we need 2 of those tubes. So holding the control key down, tear off one and put it towards the right. Let go of the mouse. Alright, go ahead and click off of everything. We're ready to mate. Click on the little paperclip mate icon. We want to click on the top of the copy that we made, this one on the right, and then using the middle mouse button, spin towards the left and then zoom in on the back of our original tube, the first one. Make sure you don't click on the edge, but click on what they call the face, the flat part. If you did it right, your other tube should flip upwards. Go ahead and hit the green check mark. Go back to your isometric view, view orientation, isometric view. Alright, now we want to mate the sides together. So mate the side of the pipe to the other side of the tube. And they line up with one another, hit the check mark. Then middle mouse button from the bottom straight up to get underneath. And mate the bottom of the tube with the bottom end of the tube. Hit the check mark. Go ahead and hit the check mark a second time to finish the mate command, and then go back to your isometric view. And that's what it should look like. Alright, we're ready to bring in the next part. Go into Insert Components, Browse. The next thing on the parts list on our handout is the gusset layout. Double click on the gusset layout. Put one on the right. We need 2 of them, so hold the control key and tear one off and put one on the left. Click off of everything so nothing's selected. Click on the mate command. Click on the inside of the gusset and the side of the tube so that the curved parts face forward. Hit the check mark. Middle mouse button from right to left to get to the back. We want to zoom in really, really far and click on the back of our gusset here to the back of the tube. Hit the check mark. Scroll from the bottom up. Again, click on the bottom of the tube and the bottom of the gusset. Hit the check mark twice to finish your mate. Go back to your isometric view. And that's what the first one should look like. Okay, let's spin it around to do the other side. Hit mate. Side of the gusset to the side of the tube. Check mark. Back of the gusset to the back of the tube. Check mark. And then bottom of the tube to the bottom of the gusset. Now if I'm going too fast, just pause the video as needed. Alright, we can hit Control 7 to go back to your isometric view. And make sure it looks like this. Alright, insert next component, browse. The next thing on the parts list is the number, that's the bolt. Double click on that, bring that in. Alright, we're going to mate the bolt to the hole, so click off everything, mate, click on the smooth part of the bolt because the threads can kind of throw it off. The smooth part of the bolt, zoom in real far and click on the inside face of that hole there. Now this is going the wrong way. If you notice on the handout, the head of the bolt should be on the left side. So we need to go over here on the left and we need to find our mate alignment. We need to click on the first one aligned. That flips it. So now the head of the nut is on the left. Go ahead and hit the green check mark. And then underneath the head, the bottom of the head here, needs to sit on top of the pink gusset. Hit your check mark, like that. Go ahead and hit the check mark a second time to finish it. Now we're going to need 3 more of these bolts. So hold the control key down and tear off 1, 2, 3. Click off of everything. Alright, let's make the next bolt to the next hole. Mate the smooth part of the bolt inside the hole. Check mark underneath the bottom of the bolt to sit on top of the gusset. Go ahead and hit the check mark, and go ahead and hit the check mark a second time to finish it. Now we need to bring in the next part before we can do the other 2 bolts. So go to Insert Components, Browse, get in the arm. Again, we're going to need 2 of these, so Control, tear off 2. Click off of it so nothing's selected. Click on Mate. Zoom in and click on the inside of the round part of our arm, and click on the smooth part of the bolt. Now this is going the wrong way. I want the straight edge to be out towards me so I can flip it using my mate alignment. Hit the green check mark. Sometimes I like to move it in roughly so I can see how it's going to go, because I want this face here to sit on the pink part. Gusset. Whoops. Check mark that. Okay. Now it would make sense almost to copy it now when it's already kind of in this position, but we already made a copy, so we can just mate the inside of that to the bolt. Again, flip it, mate alignment, hit the check mark, and then we want this face to sit on the inside of the pink gusset. Hit the check mark twice to finish. Alright, so now you can see where the other 2 bolts go. Let's do click off everything, mate, click on one of the bolts, zoom into the hole. That lines it up. While we're at it, I'm just going to do the other one. Why not? Click on that one, click on the other hole. They both line up. Now do the bottom of the bolt so it sits on the arm. Check mark it, and do the face of the arm to the bolt. It doesn't matter which order you click, as long as you click on the correct thing and hit the check mark after each one. Now, the arms are not attached. This one can go through, so that's the next thing we want to mate. So we're going to mate, and if you need to, move this out of the way so you can get to the inside of the hole. Mate the inside of the hole to the bolt. Hit the check mark twice. Go to your isometric view, Control 7. Now if you move this up and down, it should move together as one unit. Okay, ready for the next part. Insert Components, Browse, and on the parts list it's the cylinder pivot, CYL PIV. I'll put that up here. And mate the inside hole to the bolt, check mark, and then the edge of the part to the edge of the pink part, hit the check mark twice, and then I just manually grab it and turn it so it kind of faces outwards like that. Next component, Insert Component, Browse, the cylinder, click on there, mate the face of the purple part to the face of the part we just brought in. Now it's okay if they don't touch, because they do, they're just away from each other. Hit the check mark. Now do the side. When you do the side to side, it lines up, and now do the top to top. If you do it right, check mark twice, everything should line up. Alright, next component, Insert Component, Browse. We're going to do the piston. Place it in here. Click off of everything. Click on Mate. Click on the tube. Zoom in. And click on the inside edge of the hole. Now this is backwards. Okay, we know how to flip it now. Click on Mate Alignment. Aligned to flip it. Go ahead and hit the check mark. Then the inside of that hole goes on the last bolt in the end. If you do it right, it should all kind of come together. Okay, hit the check mark twice. Now we have a problem. Right now, we can move this, we can pull it out too far, So it's actually coming out of it, and we can go up, so we actually go through it. So to fix that, click off of everything, do a new mate, and on the mate, we're going to click on Advanced Mates. Okay, so I'm under Advanced Mates now. I'm going to click on the top of this part here, middle mouse button straight up, get the underneath of our cylinder here, click on that, and then we want to turn on something called distance. Over here on the left, check on the distance icon to turn it on, make that 0 and hit the tab key, and then down here we have, when it's closed, it's 0 inches, and when it's open, it's going to be a distance of 5.75, which is on the handout under the descriptions and the parts list. Okay, so that means when it's closed, it goes to 0, and it can open up to 5.75 inches. Go ahead and hit the check mark twice, and try it. Pull it out. It should stop at 5.75, and it should stop at 0, meaning you can't go through it anymore. So you can't pull it out, and you can't go through it. Alright, to bring in the spoon, insert components, browse, spoon, mate the inside of the spoon to the second bolt, hit the check mark once, and we got to get the edge of the green spoon to sit against the arm so it fits nice in between the two arms, just like that. Hit the check mark to finish the mate command, go to your isometric view, Control 7. Alright, to go a little step beyond, we're going to add nuts to our bolts. Now we can get those through SolidWorks. SolidWorks comes with a whole library full of nuts and bolts. Over here on the right, you need to have the task manager or the task pane open. Click on Design Libraries. It's like a little stack of books. Design Library. Click on Toolbox, and if it's your first time, you need to click on Add In. It takes a second. If you've done it before, it should already be listed here. And we want the ANSI inch, and we want nuts, acorns. We're going to highlight the acorn high crown nut. And what you want to do is zoom in and click and drag and kind of hover over your bolt, and it will actually adjust to the size of your bolt automatically. And you want to try to get this little icon where it looks like a let's see, now I held it over there too long and it changed. There we go. Yeah, see it gone away. The size we want is 3/4-10. That's the size you want. Hit the check mark once, and now you can put some more in. You want to point your mouse onto the surface that you want it to sit on, and you get the little icon that looks like a little peg going in a hole. And click one there, and 3 down here. Again, move your mouse to the white part of your arrow that's on the surface, and click, click, click. Once you're done, hit escape. And then I have a random, there it is, that I need to select and delete. You may or may not. Isometric view, Control 7, and there you go. Make sure you save it, File, Save As. It's always a good idea to save bead breaker into your folder where all the parts are. So if you remember, this is a folder that has all my parts. The reason why they're not showing up is because it's only showing assembly files, and this is the only assembly file in that folder with all the part files. Go ahead and hit save, and that's it. Make sure you show me for a grade.